so I can feel alive. Expose the ugly truth and cleanse my mind. Tell you what it is I need. Brace yourself, you won't believe. Unleash the toxic diatribe. Take me to the other side. It's another day, and I'm my own screaming for some of the way, something to believe in.
Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to Alive and Streaming. This is a special Alive and Streaming because I am going live, not at my house, but at Zetro's Toxic Vault. And my guest is Zetro himself. Zet, how are you?
What's up? Good to be in your show in my vault.
Totally, dude. And I really appreciate you having me.
Oh, that's going to be fun.
It is going to be good. And this episode is going to be, not only we're going to talk metal and a little bit of Exodus, but we're going to talk about your love of candy. Now, this didn't hit me on the Bass Strikes Back tour. We were in Barcelona. We were sharing a dressing room. And me and Rob Cavasani were going through some candy, and you came and threw out some knowledge of candy. And I was blown away, and I go, I got to have you on my show to talk about candy. So we're this love of candy.
I was always, I loved Christmas because you always, toys were cool as like candy, but Halloween I had control. See, at Christmas time you could only get what Santa Claus gave you, right? And that was it. But if you worked hard on Halloween, you could reap the benefits. Now, I was one of those kids where my parents didn't buy me candy normally, but I loved it, and so, if you had your own money, you would go to 7-Eleven and buy some candy. But Halloween, I could leave the house at 10 after 5, and by 7 o'clock, 7:30, I'd have one full pillowcase full, and I'd be back and then back home by 9:30, anywhere from 2 to 2.5 pillowcases full of candy. And my mother didn't regulate it. When I got it for 4 or 5 days, I just fucking OD'd on candy. I didn't even eat my dinner or my lunch. My lunchbox consisted of candy that I threw in there. So I don't know why. I just loved everything about it. The packaging, the look, the smell, the taste, the bite, the chew, the swallow, everything that has to do with candy. I've always loved. I love sweets. I always liked sweets, but candy especially.
Candy. Now, I mean, you said Halloween, horror, candy, and metal go hand in hand, right?
I know. So I think in my life I have the best of all worlds. Actually, not so much the candy anymore like I used to eat it. Definitely, and actually lost some weight since
you look good.
Bass Strikes Back tour. So
great.
This is a kind of a treat for me today because
right.
I've actually stayed away from that. I've done that. So when we continue back again and we go back out on the road, all of us go back on the road, I'm in a different physical set.
All right.
So
shall we try out some candy?
we can try out some candy, and you're going to pick what I'm going to try first, and we're going to talk about it.
All right, man. Let's try.
Let's go with Kit Kat.
Let's try the Kit Kat.
Okay, now Kit Kat, I remember it came in from the 70s. Now, like all candy, there's a certain way to open it. Now, that flap on the back, there's a flap. Do I show that camera, Wayne? That camera. There's a little flap. Mostly you just go and tear through it. But the flap on the back is to pull the candy open so that you can either open it at the top or you can simply open it down the center like that without breaking up the candy.
Wow.
Anything like so. That's what it is. I like this candy. I like this candy frozen.
You know what? I'm gonna try. I don't need candy, only on tour. But since I'm on Zetro's Vault, and we're talking about candy, I'm gonna try some candy.
Now, what I like about Kit Kat is it has a cookie crunch to it, but it's loaded with chocolate, and it's got this little like caramel thing going on in there in the middle. And again, if you freeze this candy, and I could just, if there was a contest I could probably, if I got really stoned and there was a contest, I'd probably eat 100 of these.
100.
100. 100. I'll change. 100 of these sticks that we have broken off. So there's 4 per candy bar. So how many candy bars is that? 400. 40 candy bars. More.
You could
Probably.
go. Wow. You could go through that, huh?
If I was on a night and I wanted to, I could eat all this candy in front of you in the span of a movie. In the span of a movie.
All this.
All of this. And I don't know if everybody can see it, but it's
Look at that.
there's piles of candy here. Huge bag of red vines. And there's Toblerone, there's stuff everywhere. So I could eat all of this in one sitting. This is not necessarily my go-to Kit Kat, but I do like the texture of it. I like the chew and the bite. The chew and the bite to me is everything in a candy. It's not just like eating it. It's like how it bites, how it feels on my teeth, and how it goes down my throat. There's 3. That's how I, and chocolate.
Is that how you judge candy?
Kinda, and the chocolate, when it's going down my throat, that's when I can taste the chocolate, because like Mexican chocolate is a lot different than Swiss chocolate or German chocolate or Belgian chocolate or American chocolate. And so I like different chocolates like that. We actually have some German chocolate here, but that's how I look for it. But a lot of the candy to me is chew, bite, swallow.
Chew, bite, swallow. Wow. Now that we're talking about candy, and horror and candy and metal go together, I want to ask you an Exodus question while we're having some sweets. Your least favorite Exodus album?
Me? I love every album has songs that I like better than other songs, but Force of Habit is the only album there were songs I hate. There's songs on there I just go if I heard going, we recorded and wrote that. It was a weird time, and so
it was just a weird time. I remember we talked about that.
It was
on
a weird
tour.
time. It was a weird time, and so there's songs on there, but there's also songs on Force of Habit that I truly love. And I mean, like one of my favorite Exodus songs is One Foot in the Grave. And that was one we wrote because we recorded it in England at Battery Studios. And we wrote that one while we were over there. But that album has good songs. It's got Good Day to Die on it. It's got good songs on it. There's songs on it that I hate. And it's not signature Exodus, aggressive, violent, kicking in your face and raping your murdering your wife. You know what I mean? We were on Capitol Records, and there was a criteria, I guess we had to meet. And it was the first time where we're already on a record label and we'd already put out records where the label said, well, we want you to demo all the material for us first to make sure that it's right. And I was like, wow, okay, well, pre-production, you know what I mean? I guess.
So it wasn't like you wrote songs, we're ready to record, give us money and let's go record. They wanted to hear the songs first.
They wanted to hear it. And I was like, why should we do that? So it seemed like the whole industry was starting to make a move towards, the Seattle sound was kind of moving in around within months' time.
Yeah.
They had taken Headbangers Ball off of MTV, even hair metal bands were losing their members and losing record deals and not playing anymore. So it was one of those things for metal in the era. But that one's kind of like,
yeah.
I don't go listen to it. I don't put Force of Habit on quite often.
That's the album I don't own, but I do like the album before.
I don't know if I own it. Yeah, I own it. That was our take on. We're going to make the heaviest major label debut of any band ever, because it was the first record that Exodus did with Capitol Records, and we just came off of Fabulous Disaster, and we just wanted Impact's a very brutally heavy record. And I think it was too brutally heavy for Capitol, hence why we had to demo everything for them next time. So songs like Thorn in My Side, they had to go, Climb Before the Fall, they had to hear, stuff like that. And I was just kind of like, just kind of, to me, cliche metal rock songs, you know what I mean? Now here's Exodus trying to write cliche metal rock songs, in my eyes.
Gotcha. I mean, as a Tempo of the Damned, the band had returned to form. Yeah, it seems like it. I love that album, Force of Habit I don't own, but, maybe I'll just pick it up after.
It's funny because, I know a lot of people in the industry that love that record. I mean, Jason Bittner from Overkill played drums in Shadows Fall. Great drummer, good friend of the band's, good friend of mine. And he says, that's my favorite Exodus album. I'm like, really? So you never know.
Yeah. I totally. You get one. You got to love the people who love it.
Well, exactly. I mean, I don't hate the album. There's just songs on it. I go, ooh, I don't like that song.
I hear
What
you.
were we doing?
You know what we're doing? We're going to try a whatchamacallit.
Whatchamacallit. Okay, so whatchamacallit, I remember it came out in the 70s. That's kind of like where the
Again,
the
opening of the rapper, huh?
the opening of the
Right
rapper. The opening of the rapper, you pull the tab right there, and then you pull it slow. And then right there, you notice it didn't rip. And there's no rip in it at all. And then you can just pull it apart. And if you only want to eat a piece of the candy, you don't have to. You have to rip it all open, and go crazy with it. So this way, but back to whatchamacallit.
Yeah.
I got into this. It's a 70s candy bar, and I remember I got attached to it because of the name. Anything called whatchamacallit or whatever, I had to try it. And then to me, it's kind of
Break me off a piece, my man.
Yeah, it's kind of a hybrid. I don't know, kind of like a Nestle's Crunch with caramel and chocolate in it. It's that crispy thing going on.
Mm-hmm. Wafer.
Also, the cookie texture, like the Kit Kat,
But a bit different.
but
Has a little caramel.
a little caramel in there. But again,
Remember when people used to go, hey, when they talk to you, well, man, when they get stuck and they go, whatchamacallit? Yeah.
I remember that's what the commercial did, too. The commercial's like, we're talking about a candy bar. It's a whatchamacallit. Well, what do you mean? He's all, it's a whatchamacallit. And the guy's going, well, what's the name of it? He's all, it's a whatchamacallit. He's, I know, but the candy bar, it's kind of the play on the word, I guess.
This and Kit Kat's pretty similar.
Very similar.
What would you prefer?
Probably the Kit Kat. Chew, bite, swallow on the Kit Kat. Chew, bite, swallow. This one's okay. The bar is bigger. So I would say this. If I was hungry and I wanted to just slam and chew and swallow candy fast, I'd go for the whatchamacallit. I would eat the Kit Kat. If I just wanted to taste some chocolate and some cookie, I would go with the Kit Kat. But both of these, because we said we'd always wait to the end, are, again, not my necessarily, they're not go-tos for me. Actually, Kit Kat makes a peanut butter, anything peanut butter, we talked about that earlier, grabs me. So I would go with that. But I don't kick anything on this table out of bed at all. This is,
It's candy.
It's candy. It doesn't matter. And I was a kid. I'm in heaven right here. Oh. This is just like, are you kidding me? You're coming over, you're putting candy in front of me and we're going to talk about candy, So,
yeah. I mean, I'm not, like I said, the only time I have candy is on tour. Like I have, and we're going to get to this next candy, Snickers, which is, I have like a small piece of Snickers like a half hour before we go on stage for a pick-me-up.
That's what Ted likes. I can't eat candy before we go on. I can't have it in my.
Well, you're a singer.
Yeah, I can't stuck in my throat. But I would say that this for everybody in the world. See, you gotta open it a certain way because there's two pieces in here. There's certainly. See, I did not rip that because that is that.
Look at that. Look how he opened it really nice. That's nice. That
It's just, and so we're gonna split one of these. I don't think we're
Yeah.
gonna eat one the whole each of that to the end of today. But I think for anybody in the world, Snicker is the candy bar.
it's
Now,
like the
this-
go-to.
Oh man, I would never.
Thank you. Thank you.
This one right here. This is chew, bite, and swallow. It's hard when you hit it. It's to where you have to put it to the side of your mouth to chew it. It's got caramel,
Enough peanuts.
a ton of peanuts, which our assistant producer today, Connie, does not like chocolate with peanuts. We made that clear. But this one is like, stoners, you all know, fucking Snickers bars.
It's like the go-to pretty much for a lot.
Gives you the best spit. So, back in the 80s, when I was a young, immature jerk lad, I was young at that time, still an immature jerk lad. I used to go to hair metal shows and spit on the band because I thought it was cool. And I would eat. We'd be like, dude, did you bring your Snickers bars? Oh, yeah, in my pocket. Because now, swish around your mouth. Think of the spit you can get up with right now. Think about it.
Thick.
Thick and projectile. The thicker, the farther you can throw it.
And you only get that with a Snickers.
Fucking Snickers is the best. You can get it with other candy. But Snickers, if you want, Twix will do it. Twix will do it because it's got that caramel in it. But, I mean, if you're anybody who's gonna go and spit at the crowd, I suggest
Not to. Don't spit at the crowd.
Well, I mean, to spit on a band or whatever, you know what I mean? That like a dumb fuck. Or if you have to, your girlfriend, you're breaking up with you and you have to spit on her, bring a fucking Snicker bar with you. She'll never forget it. That thing will hang. That thing will hang and drip like a fucking witch's nose. I shit you not.
Don't do that. But thanks for the info.
Well, I
though.
mean, I was an immature kid and we would go there and it was like a contest. You know what I mean? So stupid. And now people, well, please don't spit up. Well, they're kind of far away. They don't spit there. Our fans are great anyway.
Yeah, they're totally great. Hey, do you want to answer a video question?
Yeah.
Let's do that, man. And this one's coming from Adam Potter. So
Hi, Adam.
Hi, Adam.
How are you?
Let's check this out, right? Wow.
What's up, Wolfpack? It is my honor and distinct privilege to come to you today with the question for Alive and Screaming. We are all here, united for a lesson in violence. Before launching into my question, I want to give a big shout out to Rob and everything that you're doing on the Alive and Screaming. I know it's a lot of work. You're doing a great job, fantastic guests. The fans love it and appreciate your dedication and your access to what's going on in these crazy days. Here's my question for you, Steve. I want to know what all the U.S. fans want to know. When is the Bay Area Strikes Back tour gonna come to America? Wow. Death Angel, Exodus, Testament, Trifecta. Oh my God, we're waiting for it. We can't wait to see you guys live.
First of all,
Was I Rob or Rob Dukes or were you Rob?
did he call me Rob?
I heard Rob.
I heard Rob too. I think he called me Rob. It's funny because me and Rob always get mistaken.
3 letters, same word, Rob, Ted.
Yeah.
It could be easily,
Zet, Rob.
Guitar
same.
players,
Yeah.
left side, right side. It could be easily done.
Yeah. But
That's
hey,
okay.
It's all right.
He's checking it out. Look, if he's going to spend time, Adam, thank you for the question.
That was well done video. What do you
Very
think?
good. I mean, you start a podcast, bro. Come on.
You can do Exodus's next video.
I'm going to be honest with you. You poor people don't even know. We were slated for September, October to do it in the States. Nobody was supposed to know. But because of COVID now, our agents and our management are very leery to book anything even next year. So it's going to happen. I'm going to say probably 2022. I probably not. I'm not gonna say next year. I just have to be safe. I don't want to get anybody's hopes up.
Yeah.
So I want to be safe and say it's coming. It's definitely going to happen. Like I said, you guys would already be wearing your fucking T-shirts from it already if this shit didn't happen.
I
But,
think the tour would have been done already.
September, October.
Yeah.
We would be in Europe right now, back for the second wave,
The Eastern Europe run.
the Eastern Europe run, plus certain places that did actually did
Did well.
and we were going to go back to a lot of markets as well, but that all got wiped out, and they're experiencing a second wave now in Europe where they're actually shutting down. I believe England is shut down pubs, everything right now.
Sad. Yeah. 2022, we predict, right?
I have to be honest. The agents aren't running it trying to book something that's just going to get canceled again.
Yeah.
So I would say it's going to happen. It was really successful and almost, for all of us, the best fun because we were all our bros were together. It was killer. It was like, everybody was, every day we see the same of our friends because, you go out on the road with some bands and you get along with them and they're friends, but they're not like we all are. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
we all came from the same fucking hood, so... it's not like the camera. I mean, you'll just walk into the dressing room and goes, "Where's Zetro? Let me talk." I mean, normally when you don't just trample into somebody's,
No.
But nobody give a fuck, because it was all our gig. So we'd all eat dinner together. We'd all hang together. We all partied together. It was very collective. So the fun on top of the great performances that each band had, and what a great concert for people to see. On top of that, we knew what it did. So we will be there. We'll doing it. We just can't do it.
2022.
2022. I'm going to say, I'm not saying it may not happen next year. I'm going to be safe and be smart and say 2022.
All right, let's do that. Let's plan for that. Hopefully it's sooner. If not, 2022 is good. And let's do a next video question. This one comes all the way from Indonesia.
Hi Ted, hi Steve. I'm Asa from Indonesia. Question: when Exodus making cover new album? Yeah, I can wait new album from Exodus. Thank you, man. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Ted. See you and bye.
Oh, great! Thank you for that question. Would love to get over to there. That would be awesome. They haven't played there with me. I think they played there with Rob, but I don't think.
It's a cool country, man. It's a trip.
Yeah, I heard it's really cool. You guys have been there, yeah?
Yeah, we played Indonesia twice.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, as far as a new album, it's done. It's completed, recording-wise, anyway. And the magic is in the hands of Andy Sneap right now. So, basically, it goes to them, and I don't know when we're going to release. I don't know when. I can't give you any details. I can say it'll definitely be in 2021 sometime, but I'm not quite sure. Hopefully sooner than later. But for all the Exodus fans that have stuck with us, since Gary has been with Slayer a good portion of the time that I've pretty much been back, and we've used Cragen because they've toured simultaneously. Slayer toured simultaneously as Exodus did, so we had Craig and Lum come in. We'll finally get to put this out and finally get the full band, and back. But thanks for supporting us, guys. Thanks. Keep it up. Let's keep doing it. We're coming.
Let's keep doing it. You wanna touch upon a non-chocolate?
We can.
Let's do that.
What do you want to do non-chocolate? What do you got? Okay.
Skittles.
Now, Skittles. There's a different about this packaging. It's the M&Ms are the same way. This is a candy that's not made to open wide so that they come out. You're basically supposed to grab the corner.
Right there, bro.
Oh, that's right. I know it's my own show. I don't even know.
No, it's my show in your
show,
house.
My own set, and I don't even know. Take the corner. You hold it like this tight. You take the corner and you just pull the corner out so that you can just put a few into your hand, and you're not.
I've always been a big fan of Skittles.
Now, this is a movie candy, and although I prefer chocolatey stuff, I do like sweet tarts, and gummy and nerds and this kind of thing, but this has the best chew of, and better than a Starburst, better than an Hour Later, better than any candy for a fruit candy. And to me, the way I eat it, usually I take a handful of them, I go, and I just leave them in my mouth. I kind of suck them. I never swallow.
You don't swallow them.
Not the piece.
You wait till they disintegrate.
They have to disintegrate first. So I just chew it. I mean,
You're not going to give that a shot, Zach. Because I usually chew, then swallow. But with Skittles, you got to...
keep going back and forth until it just dissipates. Don't swallow anything but liquid. Number
You'd be
one,
here all day.
the candy lasts longer. That's right. So if you're at a movie, which is, again, red vines are for a movie, but we'll get to those because there's
Yeah.
a certain thing about red vines I have to see. Now, you're still chewing, right? Mm-hmm. Same candy you put in your mouth. Mm-hmm. Had you eaten a piece of chocolate, it would have already been dissipated and gone. And I don't want to swallow my chocolate like a Skittle swallows. And so you keep it on your teeth, and then it starts to get gritty like a little sugar. And then
Liquid.
it turns into liquid, and it just keeps liquiding. So I like that about Skittles. I'll get into a kick where, and not just the regular normal Skittles,
Let me try that one more time while you're speaking. Go ahead. man.
not just the normal Skittles. They make fucking tropical and blueberry and all kinds of flavors of Skittles. And those are, again, good to just hold in your mouth, chew them until complete liquid comes down, and you're just swallowing basically. You're turning
Flavored
it into
water.
syrup. You're turning it into syrup, and you're just swallowing the syrup.
Interesting.
Which is, again, I like this. I like sweet tarts. I love nerd ropes. Wonka had their own candy, and they used to be called Oompa Loompas, and they don't make them anymore. But Oompa Loompas were like a Skittle. It was the same thing. It was like they were fruit, and they were chewy, and they had a really good texture.
Are you
So I'm kinda like-
you like Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory movie?
Yes.
You
Both
wish,
of them.
You wish you were Charlie, huh?
I don't know about Charlie.
Well, he got the whole factory,
I
man.
guess he got the whole factory, but I don't know. Any one of the kids would have been.
Come on.
Except Augustus, because he went first. You know what I mean? But if I always thought
Kind of remind me of Augustus.
when he opens the door and everything in the room you can eat, I was like, I remember going to see the movie, and I was about 6 when it came out, 71, 6 or 7, and I remember they were just eating. And of course, I'm a kid. I don't know that half the shit the grass is, plastic and styrofoam. I think all the cream and everything they're eating.
It was real.
And then at one point, he grabs this big old gummy thing and he starts chewing on it. And I was like, oh my God, that would be so great to have like the biggest piece of like licorice or gummy like that, because, that's basically what Haribo gummies bears were. And now you can actually buy a big Haribo gummy and chew off of it, and take bites, and and it's kind of a little bit more over the top than just popping gummy bears in your mouth.
Interesting about the Skittles. Very, very interesting.
Another candy that came in the 70s, and as Saturday morning cartoons were showed to the world, because I grew up on Saturday morning cartoons. If you were a kid and you were born from 1960 to 1970, 72, you know what Saturday morning cartoons are. And that's when the toy commercials were on. That's when the candy commercials were on. That's when the cereal commercials were on. So cereal too. I used to be big into cereal, but not like candy.
Not like candy. Well, let's do something which is like Skittles, but it's not like Skittles. M&M's.
Okay, you're going to open those because you're going to show that you have learned. Now, how would you open the M&Ms?
I didn't see how you do it.
Like the Skittles. Same like the Skittles. Same with the corner. You take the corner like this,
You got to show me again.
like this.
I see it.
like
I
this,
see it.
And you just tear down and tear over.
You first.
So then you now this is a candy that I'm not going to do it right here, but I can.
Why not?
Because I don't want to do it. But I could literally take that whole bag, stick them in my fucking palm of my hand, pop them, and this one's about to chew.
It's about to chew.
And I chew it till it's liquid chocolate going down my throat. I don't eat them singly. I do not eat
M&M's got to be a whole bunch.
pile. I don't eat them like, there's one. And there's two. Telling you, I could fill my fat little fucking Portuguese hand up right now. No fucking problem. And stuff these down my pie hole like, and just go. And go woo, 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 woo. But eventually, my whole mouth would turn into milk chocolate.
Now let me ask you something. Did you ever listen to the Rob Duke's Exodus albums?
Yeah.
You like them?
Love them. My go-to songs are all his.
Really?
And when they ask me, when we're making the set list, I'm like, are we put Iconoclasm in there? What about Ballad of Leonard and Charles? We can play that. Methamphetamine? Yeah, any one of those. I love those songs. Children of Worthless God? Totally. I mean, I do them. I perform them. I like them. I like to sing his songs. I like to sing his album era songs.
Wow. I like, out of all the songs that he sang on, I think Raise is my favorite.
It's a good.
Raise, dude. That song is so pummeling, and you guys don't play it live.
I don't. The set list are fights. They're arguments. I implement what we can, but I mean,
Who writes the set list?
Well, me and Tom, but it has to be usually, okay, go check this with everybody to make sure everybody's cool with this. And it's like, okay, but I mean, honestly, other than what they tell me to learn from Rob's era, Ted, I could play every fucking song off of every one of my fucking records. You just tell me. And you just say, okay, Zet, tomorrow we're playing Verbal Razors. Tomorrow we're playing Faster Than You Ever Lived to Be. Tomorrow we're playing Chemical. I guarantee I have those motherfuckers tight. No problem. I can play them tonight. You know what I mean? I don't.
So you weren't one of those disgruntled ex-band members then?
No. Band's got to move on, right?
Yeah.
I was the one that quit. So what were they supposed to do?
They moved on.
They moved on, right? You never heard any bad shit out of my mouth. Never. Is what it is.
But you guys do play Death Amphetamine.
Yeah, we do Death Amphetamine. We do Iconoclasm. We do Children of War. We've opened. My suggestion, can we open with Ballad of Leonard and Charles? That song just fucking tears apart. It's killer.
Song,
it's a great song.
I'm
great
hoping
opening.
you guys would play Raise. I love that tune, man. You gotta, dude, that song is so pummeling. And the lyric, dude, the first two lines of that song, dude, like, let's start a fire, the biggest one you ever seen. You bring the matches, I'll bring the gasoline. Come on, dude. That's just in your face.
That's Exodus.
That's totally Exodus.
And I mean, and if you look at it, because, I mean, it's Rob singing and not me. And if you look at the, from Bailoff to myself, the context is all the same. I mean, it's still fucking violent, brutal. Again, Gary Holt is writing a lot of 80% of the lyrics, you know what I mean? And he's writing the riffs, and he knows what he's doing when it comes to that. He knows how to write Exodus. He knows how to write the brutality of Exodus and catch the essence of it. It's I've been here since 1986. Off and on,
But you've been here.
But I've been here since '86, so I know how it goes. I know how it goes.
Hey, let's answer another video question.
Yep, let's
man.
do that.
This one's, I think, Manny from Missouri.
Manny.
Hey, Manny.
Hey guys, coming to you from Missouri, one of the flyover states. We're kind of a wasteland when it comes to thrash, but the Bay Area, not so much. What do you guys think about why the Bay Area is such a special place for thrash metal?
You want it first, or you want me first?
You go first, Zet. Please. I'm gonna have another M&M.
Some more M&Ms?
Yeah.
You eat them singly, huh?
Like, 2 or 3.
See, right? I was eating 4 and 5 here.
Oh, okay, look,
being
I
nice.
have
right.
six. I have
like
7.
I said,
I have 7.
if we were eating those M&Ms, that fucking bag would have been gone in 2 baboompas. Anyway, back to your question. I love Missouri. I love to go there. We don't play in Missouri a lot, though. And I'll say this to answer your question. I think that the area had so many people from our generation that listened to a certain type of music growing up. I mean, I would say that most of us listened to Zeppelin and Black Sabbath and Kiss and Ted Nugent and Scorpions and Judas Priest. So,
and you had also Journey, you know.
but I mean,
and
just all of that stuff. But I mean, the harder edge stuff is what kind of drove the Bay Area sound. And I think that us being all, students of Michael Schenker and Richie Blackmore and guys like that, that we took our musical heroes and we took it to another level. But because this area is so big and there's so many people that live here, that it seemed like we're all listening to the same things. You know what I mean? Everybody was, I remember when everybody got the Merciful Fate demo and everybody's, oh my God, have you heard this? It was like the greatest thing since sliced bread. So there was so many different things going on with that. I would have to compare that to Missouri, as you probably don't have the capacity of the people that we have or the scene, and nothing against it at all. I'm just saying we were very fortunate to be brought up around this, you know what I mean? Because you kind of came, even as a guitar player that plays with Death Angel now, you were a fan back in the day.
Totally,
you know what I mean?
dude,
So,
totally. And Exodus.
So coming from a fan standpoint, I mean, I would say that everybody had a lot of things to pick from, you know what I mean? Very much.
And
so.
another thing too is like everyone were influenced by the same thing, and they listened to the same, like you mentioned.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
But everyone strived to have their own sound. Like, come on, you don't sound like Chuck. Chuck don't sound like you. Mark sounds different. Everyone had their own. Even the guitar tone.
Legacy didn't sound like Death Angel. That didn't sound like Possessed. That didn't sound like Exodus. That didn't sound like Hellhammer. That didn't sound like Lost Rocket.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Everyone
So there was,
pushed to be different, which was good.
everybody
Even
had-
when it came to production on the album.
Sure. Everybody had their own guitar sound that they
Yeah.
wanted, their own drum sound. So, and it wasn't like anybody was one-upping or trying to better anyone else. They were just, it was how they heard what drove them. And so I tell people all the time, it was a magical time, and we were all very, very fortunate to be part of this. And when it was going on, I mean, to be honest, we never toured. Nobody ever went outside the Bay Area or maybe to LA. So I always say this. I thought Missouri had 13 bands or 14 bands deep that the Bay Area did. So like if you would have traveled anywhere, so where's your thrash bands? Or, you know what I mean? It wasn't like that. Once we started touring and going out and playing, I was like, so you guys got any? Oh no, their closest band is from, 3 hours away, and they're just this little thrash. No, nobody. I didn't know that.
Well, you didn't know until you got out there.
That's what I'm saying. Once we got out there, that we really realized that it wasn't like every city, every town had their set of. We were very fortunate to have 14 killer thrash bands deep. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
From everybody from Mordred, Violence, Forbidden, Death Angel, Exodus, Metallica, but I mean,
Name it.
Blind Illusion, you know what I mean? There was bands,
Defiance, Laz Rocket.
Laz Rocket, of course, Laz. Everybody opened for Laz. Metallica opened for Laz Rocket.
Yeah.
There was so much,
I guess it's just everyone was striving to have their own sound. That's it.
and it was a very magical time to look back on it and now go, wow. We used to go to shows on a Sunday afternoon at Ruthie's. They'd have an afternoon gig.
But you know what? I'm glad we lived it, but it's never going to happen again.
Oh, no. Well, the times are different.
All right. Let's check out another video question. Brian from the Chicago area.
Love that place.
I love Chicago too.
I see you like the M&Ms, huh?
Right now,
He's
man.
going straight for the M&Ms.
Yeah, I'm going straight for the M&Ms. You should wait till the next candy. You'll see.
Okay.
Here it is.
Hey, what's up, guys? I've got two questions for you. The first one's for Zetro. Zetro, what are the chances of a one night only Bay Area reunion show with Legacy? And is that something that we could have something to look forward to in the future? Something that is that been talked about by the other members of Legacy with you guys? Or is that something that just is not going to happen? And my second question is for both you and Ted. On Laverne and Shirley, who was your favorite out of Lenny or Squiggy? And why?
You want to do the Lenny and Squiggy first?
If we can.
Yeah, because the first question for you. I like them both because they have two different vibes to them. You know what I mean? Something about them. And you know what? I just go with both because I didn't really watch Laverne and Shirley
I was into that, and I liked Squiggy better because of his voice that he created. He talked like that. Even though Lenny did too, but even though Lenny was Michael McKean, who was David Saban Hubbins from Spinal Tap, he's done a ton of stuff. But Squiggy was my favorite because of the way, and he always wore the leather jacket.
Oh yeah, and Squiggy wore like the.
No, Squiggy wore a leather jacket. Okay. And Lenny kind of wore like a baseball kind of red jacket.
That's right.
And Laverne, he had one wolf. On one episode, Laverne had to give him one of her L's to put on it, so it would be Lone Wolf. So that Legacy reunion, yeah, why not? I don't think Chuck would care either. I mean, I don't know, it'd be one gig. Probably in the future, it might be something to do. They're like, I mean, I write music for them, even on the last 4 records. So very close with those guys. I remember when we flew from Finland to Hamburg, because remember, you guys took the boat and I didn't.
Yeah,
I flew
were
back.
Scared.
Okay, fine. Fine. However you want to put it. I was sleeping in a nice, comfortable fucking hotel room that night while you guys were, you didn't, there was no wishy-wishy on the way back.
There you go.
Smooth
sailing, bro.
That's okay, but I was already there, and then I went out to dinner that night. I had a great time in Hamburg. We was in Hamburg that night. Hung out with my friend Dominic. It was killer. So, and I went out, when I went out to dinner, I went out with Eric Peterson. So, and we were hanging around, and I remember when we were walking through one of the airports, because again, I flew with Testament. I flew with all the band members. They didn't want to take the ferry back from there to Sweden. We were going to fly to Hamburg, which is next show, and I used miles. It cost me $25 to fly. See on a jet plane, bruh. So I flew back with them, and at one point we were walking through, and Alex and Eric, they look back at me and they go, "We're getting the band back together," meaning Legacy, and they were just screwing around. But I wouldn't have a problem doing that. It'd be fun to do that again. Yeah, it'd be, and I don't think anybody. I mean, I'm sure Chuck won't. Chuck knows what's up. That's Chuck's band. Chuck's singer for Testament.
There you go. That'd be cool to see a Legacy.
It'd be fun.
And the last time was Thrash of the Titans, right?
Yeah, other than if I go up and sing with them on a one-off here. I actually did on Norway.
That's
Remember?
right.
I did a song with them in Norway.
Over the Wall, was it?
Was it? I think it was Over the Wall. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There you go.
So,
all right. Now, sticking to the Eminem theme, let's do. What do you think of Eminem peanuts?
Peanut. Not my favorite out of them all. Out of actually, to be honest with you,
could you eat them like how you?
Yes. They you still shove them in your face. You don't eat them one off.
Oh, look at
that! I'm being nice. This is being nice. Favorite M&M is the peanut butter M&M. Anything with peanut butter. And I like even the crispy ones. But this has got to go.
Yeah, I like the nuts. I like these better than the regular M&M.
I don't mind them.
You won't kick them out of bed.
I will not kick them out of bed. I'll eat the whole fucking bag, but chocolate. Those are good. But M&M don't make a shitty candy. Another one. They just have these brownie ones that just came out recently. brownie M&Ms, and the inside's like the texture of a fucking brownie.
You like it?
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah.
Because if you like chocolate, you'd like that.
Do you make your own candy?
Yes.
What do you make?
I make my own peanut butter cups.
Really? Do you have a recipe?
Yeah, I did it on my show one time. I actually did an episode of The Vault where I take use Magic Shell. You know Magic Shell, you put it on top of your ice cream and it gets hard.
Yeah.
Okay, well, take cupcake, the little cupcake things, little papers, cup free, make cupcakes. Put them on something like this. Little flat surface. Lay them all out. Put a little bit of the Magic Shell in there. Put it in the freezer for 5 minutes. Magic Shell freezes because minute anything gets it cold, it freezes right away. Take your peanut butter, whatever flavor peanut butter you like. Melt it a little bit in the microwave. It's easier to pour. Pour after you bring it out. It's hardened. Pour the peanut butter on that, and then you top it off with more Magic Shell. Put it back in the freezer for half an hour, 45 minutes, and you just made your own best fucking... and you could top it off with different types of candy. I make my own ice cream cake, too.
Wow, dude. You are nothing but sweet, dude.
If I had to be, yeah. I think I've been fat all these fucking years. That's why I lost 55 pounds, right? Thank you for noticing for the people that have seen me.
You look great.
On Instagram. Thank you. I've been trying really hard. This has been... When I knew you were doing this, I'm like, oh, my God, I'm breaking fucking... rules today, but
you know,
but
your
I did it for the show.
fascination of candy is
yes,
awesome,
it's pretty.
dude.
It's pretty.
I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people out there who could relate.
Well, I mean, because if you're a stoner, and I grew up as a stoner, it was the greatest thing. But even as a kid, like I wasn't a stoner when I was a little kid. When I was 10 years old, running through the streets of Dublin, fucking trick or treating, I was, it was volume. It was as much as I don't give a fuck if it's a Baby Ruth or a fucking Hershey bar or a sugar daddy or whatever. I'm fucking, it's candy. It's candy. Yeah, they're good. I don't kick them out of bed. My favorite M&M is the peanut butter M&M. Kind of like a what's the one by Reese's? The little candy, they're kind of like
You're the candy expert, bro.
What's the name? Wayne, what is it? What are they called? Reese's Pieces. Okay. There you go. Thanks, Connie. Reese's Pieces. I don't mind them. Problem with Reese's Pieces is it's just their type of peanut butter on a hard shell. It's okay. Won't kick that out of bed. But out of all of Reese's candies, which I love, that's my least favorite.
All right. Well, I want to get to something non-chocolate here.
Okay. Do we have him?
Yeah.
I think we don't. No, that is. Oh, yeah, that is.
Here we go. A payday.
Payday.
And
now, there was a time in my life where I was eating paydays exclusively, and I loved the payday bar. They make a chocolate payday actually that they come out with every once in a while, and this
paydays
wrapper
are actually pretty good.
This wrapper is kind of fucked because sometimes what happens is the caramel and the nougat from the payday stick to the wrapper. See it? Notice it's
Yeah.
So this one you're never gonna get this one. Opened correctly, like I like to open the other candy bars, but this is another one. Bite, chew, swallow,
like a Snicker, close.
And the peanuts are just cracking.
I like how there's a lot of peanuts. Now let me ask you something. Out of all the times you've been in Exodus, what was the one show or that one moment where you said, yes, that you never thought you'd achieve?
Eindhoven, 88.
Eindhoven, Dynamo or Dynamo Festival?
Yep. I'd never seen so many people. Up to that point, it was 2 years after I joined Exodus. We never played festival concerts like that back in those days. In fact, that was one of the first ones ever. Mm-hmm. And to headline and walk out and see 20,000 people in a fucking meadow. That was
in 1988.
88.
Wow.
Still remember that.
And that's when you thought that was like,
wow. This is what you used to play air guitar in your room and dream that you would be looking out at, and I'm looking out at it right now.
Was that your first festival?
Yes, because they didn't do festival. The only other festival was Donington. This is 88. They didn't do. There was no grass pop. There was no Hellfest. There was no Bloodstock. There was none of that shit. It wasn't like it is now. You go over there for 2 months and just exclusively play festivals. It's easy to do now. We didn't. They didn't
And
exist.
it happened to be in Holland.
One of our best places in the world.
Oh, come on, man.
We love Holland. Eindhoven. It's one of my favorite cities. If not my favorite city in Holland. I just like I love the downtown there. I love where they do the FNR, where they do Eindhoven Metal Meeting.
Yeah.
That whole little area down there is just great. We have so many friends that are Dutch, and every time we go, it's just it's a fucking party. Anywhere we're in Belgium, you know this, Belgium,
Netherlands,
Germany, or Holland, anywhere in that area, they'll drive to come to it.
No,
So
I think Eindhoven to Cologne is like 2 hours, so everyone's driving to see.
Utrecht, you know what I mean?
Utrecht, Tilburg, Eindhoven.
Yep.
Even Amsterdam. It's been a while since we played Amsterdam.
We haven't done Amsterdam. You know why? I think that's more touristy and they keep it out, but obviously we played there, but
they have some good venues like the Melkweg.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Which, you know what that means?
No.
Melkweg? Milky Way, if I'm correct.
Really? We don't have one of those.
No, we don't. We don't.
Which is okay, because I have to be honest with you, not one of my go-tos either.
You don't like Milky Way?
And I'll say this, and when you go trick-or-treating and you, in the beginning, you have all of your candy and you eat your favorite candy first. The Milky Ways were always one of the last ones to
Milky Way was the last one. It wasn't your thing?
It's okay.
What is it?
The inside is not that. I could care less about it.
But you'll still eat it.
I'll eat it. Three Musketeers kind of the same way. Those were always the last ones too.
But you still won't kick it out of bed.
No candy. No candy. It gets eaten. I'm just talking pecking order. If we're gonna actually go pecking order.
All right, let's get to this one.
Okay, everybody knows that if you know that you can get it in the airports. This is like if my daughter Madison, see, and there's a certain way to open this. See, they're smart. They know that you can just boom, because
awesome.
You're only going to eat so much of this at a time, and that's the way it is, because the way a Toblerone is designed is she has all of these little ridges to it. So if you only want to eat one piece, you only have to.
These are actually pretty good, man.
Oh, these rule. These rule. We're going to thank our new producer, Connie, for those. Mm-hmm. You know our new producer, Connie?
It's good.
God, the chocolate is so good. And the little
crunch.
toffee.
Yeah, and that little crunch that you get in there.
It's the toffee. Yeah, my daughter Madison, when I go to Europe, they in the airport, they have that bag of Toblerone and it has all their flavors, and it's like €50. I always pick that one up for her. This is definitely, if I'm stoned in Germany or fucking somewhere over there, this is mini bar. This is, you steal this out of the mini bar. You know that in every fucking mini bar in the Euro hotels, these are there. So definitely one of my fucking favorites. Oh yeah, definitely. I could again, I was being nice with breaking the pieces off. This is another one of those where I could fucking sack that thing in about 30 seconds.
That's a lot, dude. That's a lot for sacking this for 30 seconds, bro.
30 seconds. I don't want to do it, but I can do it. I need to bring, I bring Vicky out here, and Vicky she's like, I've never seen, my girlfriend, she says, I've never seen anybody destroy candy like you destroy candy. Again, all of this candy, and we haven't even got to a lot of it, and we've only been eating bits and pieces of it.
Yeah.
I could tear apart in a 2-hour movie, no problem. No problem. Easy.
Speaking of movie.
Yeah, that is the best for movies. That's why forever movie theaters in the glass case, there's red vines or black licorice. I don't like black licorice. I like red vines. And this is a good candy because you could chew it for a while. Now, the way I like mine, and I was telling Ted earlier about this, is that you don't eat this right away. The best way to eat this candy, and this is another one I like to tear on the corner and just open.
Well, I'll have one.
I'm going to eat one too.
Okay.
But now, and these are the thick ones. Now, you open this up and you leave this open for about 4 or 5 fucking days. And then
Why?
it gets stale. See how easy you're biting through it right now? Mm-hmm. I want that so you can't even chew through it. And it stays in your mouth. And you can sit there just kind of like the Skittle.
So you got to leave the bag open for 4 to 5 days.
And then this gets fucking stale.
You know what I use this as in the movie theater sometimes before? A straw.
It's the best.
Bite both ends. Mm-hmm. Gives that flavor.
That's the way, that's how you do a movie. You go to a movie.
Now, what is your go-to candy in a movie theater? Just this?
I would say, yeah. Because chocolate, you can't see in the movie theater. And a lot of chocolate breaks off and get all over you and shit like that. So I don't mind chocolate, but this thing, you can just sit there and go. Pull out, and you're done. Pull out another piece. And nothing has changed. You know what I mean? The motion, the chew, the swallow.
The motion. That's a new one.
Because the motion is after it's just next to you or on your lap. Okay. And you're done. And you automatically grab another one. And you don't even miss a bite. Boom. And you just bite it. So the motion is consistent. Now, to be about all the candy,
Okay.
this is the worst for you. This one.
All of them are bad for you.
There's fucking formaldehyde in this thing. And of all candy, of all of them, this has the most calories of all of this candy. Only two of these ropes is 100 calories. Just 2 ropes. You could eat that whole bag. If you were to eat that whole bag during a movie, how many thousands of calories would you consume? 4, 5. Figure every 10 is 1,000 calories.
There's more than 10 in there. Wow. Well, all candies.
No,
bad
every
for you.
20. Every 20 is 1,000 calories. Every 20, because 2 is 100. And there's what, probably 30 or 40 in there?
Something
Maybe
like
more?
that. Wow. You learn something new every day.
So I mean, again, you know, if you're, it's not a calorie one. If you're watching calories, red licorice is not the one to go for. But again, if you're going to the movies, you're not doing that all the time, and you know, it's okay every once in a while. But again, I don't have a off and on switch. I only know how to. If it's there, I'm going to destroy it. I don't go, oh, well, I've had 5 pieces. I've had enough. If it's fucking there and that movie's rolling and I'm sitting there, until they're gone.
Let's get to another video question.
Okay.
Let's do that, Zach.
I love that.
I do too. This one's Christian from Sweden. Sweden.
When will Norheim be the cultural capital of the world? Please, I need answer now.
Will Norheim be the cultural capital of the world?
I don't know what's going to make it the cultural capital of the world.
I have no idea.
I don't know. I guess if it gets through all the codes of being the cultural capital of the world, I guess it can be.
Speaking of Sweden, you had a nice, interesting run.
Oh yeah, Sweden. Yeah, my favorite place. Which I found out we're not the only ones they do that to. Well, they came on our bus and they smelled pot, so they made us all strip, every one of us, down to our nothing and throw them our underwear. It was just one of those things. But that's funny because when we were in France, Kirk Hammett was at the show, remember?
Yeah.
And we were telling Kirk, and he says, oh, they've done that to Metallica about 4 times.
Wow.
So everybody gets
They don't discriminate then.
I guess not. They don't discriminate.
They
over
don't
there.
discriminate.
So
But
that's
yeah,
cool.
I don't know what will make Norheim the cultural capital of the world, bro. I'm clueless on that one.
As long as you're an open culture, I guess we're cool.
Yeah, we're good.
guess
I like
that's good.
Sweden.
Yeah, I do too.
Great.
Just not the border.
We had no problems at the border, but you did. You know why? Because we had Mark. We had Oswego with us. Breeze right through.
Is that what it is?
No, totally. Handsome man.
I'm gonna let you believe that. I'm gonna think that it's the guys that came on our bus and smelled the green bud that we just fucking burned. And we were like, what? We ain't got any more. What? No, we ate it already. Too bad.
All right, man. Let's do this next video question from Mark. Speaking of Mark.
Hey Ted and Zetro, what's up guys? I've never been to Europe before and wanted to get your guys' opinion on what should be my first European metal festival that I should attend for a great time. Thank you guys. My name's Mark. Stay safe and heavy metal forever.
This is what I say, Mark. And I had a couple of friends do it with us a couple of years
That's
ago.
hard. That's a hard.
No, it ain't. That's an easy one. Hellfest and Grasshopper in the same weekend, and you can do Cleeson to Dessel on a train ride. So I would say I would go to Hellfest and Grasshopper. Hellfest is in Cleeson, France. Grasshopper is in Dessel, Belgium. And if this way you could go to one of them on a Thursday, Friday, because they do Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then you could go to the other one for Saturday, Sunday. There's a lot of festivals to go to, but if you wanted to get two in one shot,
I could see that. Get two in one weekend.
You could do Cleeson and Grasshopper. What do you suggest?
I agree with that. Alcatraz is a good one too.
I love the scenery.
That's what I'm saying, dude. I mean, it's big, but it's not gigantic like Vakken and Grasshopper.
Just the thing and the clock tower
it's in a cool place.
Yes.
Too. That Alcatraz festival in Belgium is that, and I agree with Grasshopper and Hellfest.
I gotta say this though, Mark. There ain't a shitty festival in Europe that you would. I mean, Bloodstock is good. I love that. Vakken. The only problem with Vakken is it's about an hour outside of Hamburg. So once you're out there, you're out there.
Yeah, that's
the other
true.
one's not so much. You know what I mean? There's still some.
So yeah, Grasshopper, Hellfest, I agree. Alcatraz,
Yeah.
Vakken. You know, and they even have those little festivals.
Yep.
Those are cool too.
Yeah,
but
those are all good.
I think Bloodstock's like you said.
Bloodstock is great.
So I would say
Copenhagen is a good one.
we never played Copenhagen.
No way, great one.
Yeah, we never
Good
played.
one. There's
Copenhagen.
a few one, but I would go on that weekend. I would do Grasshopper and Hellfest. They're established. Hellfest is such a neat looking one, isn't it?
It
Just
is,
the way it
dude.
looks. It's
It
just
is.
so awesome. The way they have it set up and fire and just it's hell basically.
It's and I heard the dude owns that property.
I didn't know that.
That's what I heard. The
Oh.
promoter, whoever
Well, then
owns
we'll never have
Hellfest.
to worry about not playing, having to move that venue.
Yeah,
Because they
and
always do that.
Grasshopper is cool too. You know.
They don't have a shitty one over there. There's
Yeah.
not one where I go, I hate this festival. I love them all.
Yeah, any festival you pick is probably gonna
Yep.
be killer.
Yep.
Now, I saved the best for last. Recess peanut butter cups.
Great, the best.
The best?
But Reese's
There's a
makes Miss Reese's makes better candy than this. This I would take before the cups. And there's one out
Which
there.
one? The
Nutrageous.
Nutrageous.
But there's one out there that is called the Reese's Crispy Crunchy. And it's a Butterfinger on steroids is what it is. It's basically what the center of a Butterfinger is like. But they wrap that in peanut butter. Then they put chocolate with nuts in it. So right now, if you were to ask me, Zetro, what's your favorite candy bar? I would say Reese's Crispy Crunchy. Hard to find. They are hard.
It was.
to find.
I was when I went to pick up.
I told you that.
I know.
Said if you could find it, good luck. And when we just did the record, we recorded up in Lake Almanor where our drummer Tom lives. There was a convenience store that had them. And they had piles of them.
You
and
took them all, huh?
every week I was going in and grabbing one though, and I was and the king size ones too. So I mean, I that's my favorite. But Reese's also makes Reese's Sticks, and Reese's Sticks are another one that I would go before the cups. But anything Reese's is my favorite candy bar. Period. Anything Reese's from the fast break.
Yeah, I want to try I want a peanut butter cup. I'm not gonna say I want to try one. I already tried them. Now I want one.
Of course you do. Of course you want the.
Is that what? Is there any new metal bands that you like? Up and coming new metal bands that you have your eye on? I
don't have my eye on anybody new lately, Ted.
Thank you.
You know, there's all been over the last couple of years. There's been unfortunately, Power Trip just lost their singer, but they were great, and I'm sure they're going to come back with another guy at some point. I don't see them throwing the towel in, and although as unfortunate it is, I love my Sons band. Hatred's a great, although they've been around 10 years now. I guess, would you call them a new band anymore? Kinda. I guess you would, right?
Yeah. I remember the first time I see Hatred was at Eindhoven Metal meeting. Mm-hmm. You were singing.
Yeah, we played with you guys in Accept that day.
Yeah.
We were like way down on the bill, but it was the first time the boys had ever gone over to Europe.
Love it.
Now, the thing about Reese's, and I think it's become more prevalent with candy these days, even with food, is the salty peanut butter sweet.
It is pretty salty.
Salty sweet. You find that with chicken and waffles now. A lot of foods like.
You like chicken and waffles? You love it?
I like this salty sweet. I do. And I love fried chicken. And you put a little bit of syrup on that chicken.
You know, I've had it. It's pretty good. I never thought you could put the two together. I mean, it's been around for so
forever,
long.
Yeah. Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. Come on.
I know.
But this is I think that's the sensation of, that's why the Reese's does so well, is because it's the sweet, salty. It's like having a chocolate pretzel. It's the pretzel is salty, but the chocolate is sweet. It creates that.
Interesting. Now, I've tried all these candy, all of them. I never tried the outrageous.
Actually, it's called, they called it outrageous because on this one, they've put Reese's Pieces in here. But this candy bar is actually called a Nutrageous. Reese's Nutrageous. And they called it outrageous because they put Reese's Pieces in here. And so for you people in Europe, I've noticed, especially in like England, you guys don't eat peanut butter in your candy. It's like, for some reason, you just
cut it up. Cut that in half.
Of course, that's how it was going.
Yeah.
And so there you go. And so this, to me, this is, other than the crispy crunchy, this is the king.
There's the Reese's Pieces in there.
And if you noticed, Reese's peanut butter cups now come with Reese's Pieces in them too.
Really? Now, do you prefer American chocolate or Europe chocolate anywhere?
I don't. Swiss chocolate, Belgian chocolate, German chocolate, best chocolate in the world. I love Mexican chocolate too. For some reason, the sugar that they use is just
a sugar cane.
I don't know what it is. It's like Mexican Coca-Cola. You know, the manufacturer. Yeah, they're great in the bottles.
Oh yeah, man. It's actually pretty good.
It's great. It's a great candy bar. I think. I don't know. I don't know if I like it anywhere. I don't kick chocolate out anywhere. To me, I can tell American chocolate from English chocolate to, I can tell the difference. But I would have to say, best chocolate in the world is Belgian and Swiss chocolate.
Belgian and Swiss, hands down.
Hands down. I'm not from there. I mean, I'm just being honest. When I get to those countries, I make sure. Because remember, the last show was in Brussels. Mm-hmm. Don't you remember the fucking candy backstage? They had a whole bunch of different candy.
That was good.
It was great. And by the end of the night, it was fucking all gone because that's what everybody does. It's like the candy's the last thing that gets eaten.
Now, I got a text from Danko Jones today to ask you about if you like Big Turk.
I don't.
You don't?
I can't believe that. And I love and I love Danko and I mean a different type of hard rock than Exodus. And we never play with him on tour, but we do festivals with them.
Yeah.
And I love the guy. Every time we act like we're pals when we see each other. Well, we are pals. We just don't get to see each other as much. But I don't care for that candy at all.
What is Big Turk?
It's just, it's like Turkish delight. It's this, I don't know. It's got this really weird fucking flavor to it. And out of all candies,
You'll kick that one out.
that one I will. You can leave. That one will stay in the can. That's like black licorice. I won't touch that either.
I almost bought it.
Oh, I wouldn't have eaten it. Vicky would have eaten it. But when she's got black licorice in there now, I don't do black licorice at
You just
all.
don't like the taste?
I just something about I can't drink sambuca or what's that ouzo, that other shit, that anything that's got black licorice into it at all. I just can't do.
You know what, Zet? Why don't we do something for the fans here? Why don't we do a giveaway or a contest or something?
Okay.
Now, if all the viewers who are watching, if you want to send your best candy / chocolate to Zet at the address below,
Are you going to put that in? Yeah, there it is.
if you send
To that.
anywhere
That's-
around the world, Zet will try it out and you'll pick the best one, right?
And we'll do. I'll come back on your show. We won't do it in the vault. I'll just come back on your show. Well, maybe we can do it in the vault.
Do it at the vault. I like
we'll
the
do
vault.
we'll do it in the vault. Well, I'll tell you what. You have until the first of the year to get it to me, and we'll do this episode in January.
Yeah.
And we'll which hopefully more things will break open, and we'll have more news for them.
Yeah.
And
And you know what? I'll pull something from my DA stash to give away.
okay.
How
And
about-
I'll get something Exodus to give away,
Yeah. And you'll pick the best chocolate.
and we'll pick the best
Candy.
candy that comes here. Now, if you send chocolate, you're probably going to. It's probably more favorable. I'm saying, but I would say it's more favorable. But you never know. But I mean, there's some like Haribo gummies over in Europe. We get Haribo here.
Yeah, yeah.
But when we're in Germany, we get like
ton.
they're backstage everywhere. I mean, I think they put them
Piles.
everywhere, and
Piles.
they by far is the best gummy bear in the world. Just the texture, the way it chews, the way it tastes, the way it kind of melts in. It's Haribo gummies are by far.
So, yeah. So,
Of gummy
everyone send your stuff to Zet before the 1st, right?
Yeah, but by the first of the year, send it by the first of the year, and in January we'll do an episode here. We'll come back in the vault,
Yeah.
and we'll do an episode, and we will actually eat the candy here,
Yeah.
and we'll do them live, and we'll
Yeah.
pick the winner live. I won't even touch it and go, okay, this one was better. We'll lay all the candy out, and we'll try. You'll try it as well with me.
Okay, I
and
will.
We'll decide which is, and then with that, and we'll get something from Exodus. I got some cool shit.
I got some cool DA stuff to give away.
So
too.
I keep just in case something special comes up and I got to give somebody something. I keep it. So
Yeah, that'd be a good one, dude.
Yeah.
And before we close out this episode, we're gonna try out some chocolate I got from Russia.
okay. Well, I can't remember having any Russian candy before. So
There you go.
are we sure it's chocolate?
I think so. This is my first time opening it.
Okay.
Got it from, I want to say thank you to Marina in Russia for sending this.
Okay, Marina.
Yeah.
Okay, you already got yours open.
She's been to quite a few Bass Strikes Back tour.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. I think I know who you're talking
Yeah.
about. Yes,
Yeah.
Thank you for the chocolate. I can see it's chocolate,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
it's a little darker.
It is a little darker.
It's a little darker than normal chocolate. So,
Yeah.
best way to eat this, but not too sweet.
It's not sweet at all. It's a different type of chocolate.
You know what this tastes like? You know the little semi-sweets your mom used to have, and she put them in the chocolate chip cookies, the little morsels, little chocolate morsels.
Yeah.
That's what this tastes like.
It's okay.
Don't you think? Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
It's darker though. you
It's
know?
I love dark chocolate. I love it. The dark it. I like it
Do you like milk chocolate or dark chocolate? What
both.
Both.
Both. I can
Equally?
eat- milk chocolate's a little sweeter,
Yeah.
but I can eat dark chocolate like at 95%, which is bitter. It almost has no sugar taste into it at all. It's just the chocolate. I love it like that. But I mean, again, what's great about, the chocolate bars is they're sweet.
Yeah.
You know.
And they add a little flavor, or they add
Yeah,
little
and milk chocolate is
spices.
good. Milk chocolate is good, but the dark chocolate is, and dark chocolate is great for you. I mean, certain doctors eat dark chocolate every single day because it's good for you. It's chocolate's good for you.
Gotcha. Now, before we close this out, Zet, is there any way viewers out there could get a recipe to your peanut butter cups that you make? Is there an episode, a YouTube
There's an
channel
episode.
on
If
Zetro's
you were to
Vault?
go to Zetro's Toxic Vault and just go in the history, it's episode, I think, of Zetro's homemade peanut butter cups, right? And because it's funny because I saw somebody was watching it the other day because I saw a comment came up, and I mean, I did this episode probably well over a year ago, and which is good about YouTube is the episodes never go. You're
Yeah.
the same way, right? The episodes are always there for anybody to watch at their own convenience, and that's what's great. I mean, I love that. That's what's killer is like, you didn't like when we were kids, when a TV show came on, that was when the Grinch came on at Christmas time. If you weren't at home, you didn't see the Grinch that year, you know?
You had to wait.
You had to wait. So
wait.
that's great about YouTube and platforms like that is everything's there for you to watch.
So
the
if you
show.
guys want to make your own peanut butter cups, Zetro's recipes on his page, Zetro's Toxic Vault. And before we leave, I want to say a shout out to, there's a website called Crew Coalition that helps out our crew members and industry people who's out of work. So check that out and donate if you can. Without the crew, we can't do our thing.
There ain't no gig without the crew.
Yeah, so go to crewcoalition.com.
Without no Frenchie Pete's or guys
Armando.
like that, Armandos and all the-
Melee and
yeah,
everyone,
all the
Tilos
guys.
and
The
everyone.
Tilo, exactly. We couldn't do it without those guys, man. They making if everybody sees the show that we don't plug all that shit in. We don't. We got motherfuckers that do it that we trust our our lives with. So
Yeah, so if anyone could donate to that, that would help the crew because we don't want to lose our crew.
and
and-
hopefully we'll be back to this soon.
Oh,
man.
dude, I hope so too. But I'm glad that me and you are doing our own thing like
Right.
this. We got
I think a lot of people are. I think a lot
Yeah.
of people are finding that to do to get.
it's another way to stay connected and
Yes.
reach out to fans, and it's fun having conversations.
Yeah,
like
that's
this
what it's
one.
all about exactly.
So,
On candy.
On
Of all
candy.
things.
and we did a little metal.
No, we always do metal. Metal is the segue.
Totally. And Zetro, thank you.
You're welcome.
For letting me do a live and streaming live from Zetro's Toxic Vault. If you haven't subscribed to Zetro's Toxic Vault, do so. It's on YouTube. You got to check it out. Great episodes. You'll love it. I want to say thank you to Wayne and Connie for putting this all together. Really, really appreciate it. And we are about to cut this thing and have a rest of a good Saturday.
Wasn't I supposed to slip up and say something about Dukes coming on the vault?
Oh, you have Rob Dukes coming on.
I didn't just say that. We got to end the show now.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, good night. Goodbye. See you next week because I got Jeff Becerra from Possessed.
I love that.
Oh,
What a great.
okay. Cut. We're out of here.
Now it gets some faking. What?